welcome back to the channel and welcome to the Royal New Kent Golf Club. It is a Mike Strantz design. It is 7,440 yards from the tips, so it is a good challenge. Oh, you have got to be kidding me. On a good line if it's the right number. Oh, that looked really good. That's on a great line. Oh yeah. These conditions today, they are no joke. This is going to be a very difficult day, but I don't want to play defensive because this course will eat you alive. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to the Royal New Kent Golf Club in Providence Forge, Virginia, just kind of between like Williamsburg and Richmond, basically. I guess I should say welcome back because I did film a vlog here last November when I was coming up from Florida after Q school. Channel was pretty small at the time, so a lot of you probably haven't seen that. I'm again making my way back home from Florida, and I absolutely adore this golf club, so I am coming to play it again. It is a Mike Strantz design. It is 7,440 yards from the tips, rated 768 over 154, so it is a good challenge, but it's just a lot of fun to play. A lot of interesting holes, pretty fair off the tee for the most part. It's really like into and around the greens that this golf course is going to get you. Kind of golf course where you are rewarded for good shots and punished for the bad ones. Now it is kind of mid to late November when I'm filming this. It is cold and it is windy, so this is going to be a challenge today. The ball is not going to be traveling, so it will play all of these 7,400 yards. As all that being said, let's get right into the golf. All right, guys, so first hole, 405 yard par 4 and completely blind off the tee. You can see a lot of mounding out there, these kind of dunes, a lot of fescue on them. Man, it is just getting windier and windier right now. I got wind basically dead off the left on this first tee. Now the green is over this way. You can get aggressive on that line. Downwind on a hot day, I could probably get it close to the green, but it's not downwind and it's not a hot day. So I've got to try and hit over the mound out here. I'm gonna try and put a graphic on the screen so you guys can kind of see what this hole looks like, because you really don't see anything from here. So I got driver, good drive here, put me in the fairway, give me a wedge uphill to the green. That's all I'm looking for here. Really don't have to hammer it or anything, just got to put it out and play. Further left than I wanted it. Just kind of pulled it. I think I'm fine on that line, but I might have an awkward kind of short shot in. I think I need to hit a provisional actually. Hold on, let me check the book. It's gonna be close. Depends if I made the carry. I'll hit a provisional in case. It's just a classic bailout, wind off the left, not wanting to lose it right, just shutting the face down a little bit. So got to put a bit of a better swing on this one. That's even worse. All right, let's hope we find the first one. Oh boy. Okay, so the first one ended up being fine. The second one's a lost ball. Now, I mean, this ended up just basically being a very aggressive line. I mean, this is the front edge of the green right here. Pins back right. I've got 46 yards up. Back right on a shelf, so I got to try and fly it up there and spin it. I mean, I can't even see the top of the flagstick, but it's right on this line here. Let's see if we can give ourselves a good birdie look here on the first. I don't know if I flew it far enough to get it to stay up on that top tier. It's gonna be close. I've got my phone filming up there, so we'll see on that angle. All right, so we got it up top and it stayed. It's not pretty soft. So we do have a birdie look. Kind of course where you're not necessarily going to get a lot of good looks. So when you've got about 10 feet, I mean, you know, not must make, but you definitely want to try and give it a chance. Should go a little bit left to right, a little bit back into the grain. Wow, I had such a good putt there. Just didn't turn till it got past the hole. So, bit of a missed opportunity, but considering how far offline my drive was, Not gonna complain with the par there. Hey everyone, got something special for you today. As the channel continues to grow and we push towards 5,000 subscribers, I'm giving away this Masters Divot Tool Set. This is perfect for any golf fan, and one lucky viewer is gonna get their hands on it. Want in? Here's how you enter. Step 1, hit that subscribe button. Step 2, like this video. And step 3, leave the comment "done" in the comment section below. Want even more chances to win? The more you share this video with your friends, the better your chances of winning. If you share the video, drop a comment below letting me know where you shared it. Every share equals 1 extra entry into the giveaway. The giveaway ends soon, so don't wait, hit that subscribe button and join the journey. Good luck. Now let's get back into it. All right guys, second hole, par 5, 605 yards. Now, it doesn't necessarily play 605 because it's basically like a horseshoe dogleg around to the right. So the green's like somewhere over there. So if you can go down and cut across the kind of gorge that the whole dogleg's around, you're cutting a significant amount of the distance off. It's 605 if you play it like 3 shots around. Now this looks very inviting from the tee. Fairly wide open. Looks like you can just kind of hit it anywhere. But that gorge is on the right side and you don't really see it from the tee. So you do have to kind of take this, you can see the fairway out here. Left center today would be ideal, especially with the wind coming off of the left. If I kind of leave the face open a little bit, get it fading and the wind gets it, it's almost a guarantee that the ball is going to end up in that gorge. So looks nice and wide, but got to be a little precise here. Just kind of stayed left. It's really well hit, but obviously I was expecting the wind to bring that back. I believe that's kind of left side of the fairway, and I don't think I'm going to be able to take a shot at the green from there. I think it's just going to be too long of a carry considering the weather, but I might be pleasantly surprised. We'll see when we get there. All right, so we are left side of the fairway, left center, I guess. I've got 260 flag. Here's that gorge I was telling you about. The force carry to get over it is 250. Wind coming off the left, ball on a bit of a downslope. I mean, warmer weather, I'd feel pretty comfortable just like hitting hybrid, not too worried about that carry, but it is cold, and now wind should be kind of left, right, but now I'm feeling it into. Oof. I mean, I'm standing here with 3-wood, but now that I'm seeing the lie, I can't hit this club. I really want to. I mean, off of that downslope with all of that forced carry, if I don't hit the perfect shot, it's lost ball. I'd have to drop and hit a 4th shot from here. So I'm gonna lay up into this wider area over here. Yeah, I've only got about 170 forced carry on that line. I've got a lot of room past the forced carry, so I'm just gonna hit like a little bunt 5-iron, make sure I get it through the wind, give myself a good wedge shot into this green here. And I gotta make sure that I don't try and take this too far right, because that trouble comes into play. Yeah, that should be fine up there. Yeah, that's fairway. It's the exact line I was trying to hit. Took it a little further left in case it faded off the lie, in case the wind got a hold of it. But now that's, well, I mean, I can't see it now, but it's somewhere in the fairway. I'll have a wedge shot into this green. Shame that I couldn't go for it, because like last year I was just in the right rough, so only about 30 yards from where I am now, and I hit 6-iron into this green. So just shows you on this course, you take the right lines, you can get rewarded for it. I didn't get the right line. I had to play a little safer. Okay, so fairway for my 3rd shot, and this is where you see that this hole can play the 600 yards, because I typically hit my driver around somewhere around 300 depending on the roll. I've hit a 5-iron, which I feel like I hit like a 210 shot, and I've still got 107 yards left in. Now, kind of a little downwind, a little off the left. I haven't really had a chance to figure out how far the ball is traveling yet in this cooler weather. I've got sand wedge, and I'm just basically gonna try and hit the number and hope that the wind makes up the difference with the cold. It's on a good line. I think it has to sit. Now spin. Okay, that worked out. I mean, I definitely flew it a little further than I intended to. And now I'm not sure if that was wind or whether I just hit it too hard, but spun back to about pin high. Looks like we got about 8 feet for birdie, so I'll take that. Yeah, so that worked out really nicely. Got a tricky putt, but we do have a putt. Kind of lucky that we had a bit of a backstop here. That's how I was able to spin it back so much. Now this looks like a bit of a tricky putt here. So definitely moving from right to left. The grain is also going from right to left. I think it's a bit uphill. Yeah, slightly uphill. Some decent turn in it. I think I gotta play this about just a little more than a cup right with the pace that I'm imagining this going in. That was nowhere near my intended line. Oh, that's a poor effort. And 2 pretty makeable birdie putts early that I've missed. And kind of course, you really feel like you got to take advantage of those opportunities because you're not going to get a lot of them. So those 2 could come back to haunt me later in the round. All right, our first par 3 of the day, 3rd hole, 193 on the card, 170 today, basically straight into wind, coming in from like 1130. Now pin's way at the front, that's why it's playing shorter. But that wind, I mean, I came out with 6 and 7, and I was thinking 7, but it just started gusting, and even a flight at 7, which normally would be like a 190 shot, there's just no chance. So I'm gonna hit a flight at 6, and basically, like, I've got a bit of room long of that flag. So I'm not too worried about going long on the angle here and missing kind of like right side of the green. Should be a good number. Just can't go left because you can see how it drops off on the left there. That would be almost an impossible up and down. So got to commit to this swing here. Oh, wind is taking that left. Go, go. Okay, oof. Man, that felt like a pretty good swing. I was expecting the wind to kind of bring that back to the right a little bit. It didn't. Took a little left. It missed the green to the left, but I think it stayed up and didn't go down that slope. I can't see it. I'm really praying that it did stay there, because that would be, you know, a reasonable chance at up and down for par from there. If it went down that slope, it'd be interesting. These conditions today, they are no joke. This is going to be a very difficult day. Calmer conditions, that turns out to be a pretty good golf shot, but just going to be absolutely punished by that wind. And I'm going into that wind for this hole and then the next 2. So got to kind of buckle down here. Be survival mode to a certain extent, but I don't want to play defensive, because this course will eat you alive. Okay, so it did go part way down the slope. It didn't get all the way to the bottom. How that ball is sitting there, I don't know. But it's lucky that it stayed here for a couple of reasons. One, I'm not, 12 or 13 feet below the surface of the green, and I'm on an upslope. That's going to help me get some height on it. Now, tough angle for me to film this by myself, so the phone's the other side. That'll get the actual shot. Now, I'm going uphill onto the surface, and then it's landing on a downslope, running away from me, turning to the right. Looks pretty quick. I'm not actually sure I can land this on the green, to be honest, but I mean, Christ, I can't even see my landing spot from down there. I just got to kind of pop this up and hope that it just kind of gets the right bounce and trickles down to the hole. Awkward spot, no doubt. Like, I don't want to put my club down because I'm worried the ball's going to move. Ball did move. That worked out. That was weird. The ball moved. I didn't even ground my club. I don't know what the ruling there is, but if I didn't ground the club, then I didn't cause it to move. But I don't know if there's a penalty for hitting a moving ball. Anyways, we've got what, probably about 3.5, 4 feet for par. If you know the ruling, let me know in the comments. Yeah, right about 4 feet, I'd say. I believe this should go a little right still. I've put the camera there and not kind of down the line, just to give you an idea of how big this green is. So imagine playing this hole today into the wind with a pin in the back left. Already not easy with this one, but that would just be an incredible test. So I've got this just kind of left edge. Just be good for momentum if I can convert. Oh, you have got to be kidding me. Okay, not a very good start to the day with the flat stick. I'm gonna have to get this club to wake up because we're gonna have a lot of those par putts today. All right, fourth hole, par 4, 455 yards, straight into the teeth of the wind right now. Now the green is up there, but the fairway's over here. It's completely blind. So there is an aiming post on top of this little hill, which I'm guarantee you can't see on camera. I can barely see it because all the kind of shrubbery has grown up so much around it. But I've got to aim at that and basically just trust that there's fairway out there, because it really doesn't look like it's from the, like that's the line from here, I should say. But put it out there, try and keep this a little bit lower because it is into the wind. This hole's gonna be really tough right now. That should be pretty good. Slightly right of the aiming post, but that's where I was trying to go. Hit it well, didn't look like it had too much spin on it, so we'll find out when we get there. All right, guys, so that drive worked out perfectly. Middle of the fairway. Got 151 yards, playing uphill to 155. Back pin, obviously still into the wind. So I've got 8 iron. I'm gonna try and hit like a kind of like a 3/4 flighted one up there. I don't think that's a shot that's gonna get past this. I definitely don't want to go long, but I think this is aggressive enough without being overly aggressive. So, see what we can do. Oh, a really good line. Yeah, I can't see it because of the glare, but that came down right in line with the flag stick. I'm really, really happy with the execution. I feel like it has to be close. I just can't see it. All right, so that absolutely was dead on line, but just a little short. Still leaves me an uphill birdie putt. We'll take that on this tough hole into the wind today. So we'll see if I can put a good roll on this one. I mean, it's hard to imagine that to get pin high, I would have had to have hit 7 iron from 150, but it seems like that was the case. 8 iron was the right play though, although, man, now that I'm up here, anything that gets past the flag, I don't think there's any chance it stays there. I mean, if I have time after I finish the hole, I'll just toss the ball up there and see how far it comes down. All right, so putting uphill into the green, about 23 feet. I feel like it has to turn a little bit right to left on its way up the slope. I'm gonna have to hit this pretty hard to get it there. Oh. Okay, that's ridiculous. That is a ridiculous pin placement. I'm sorry, I love this place. This is stupid. And like, I thought that was gonna be possible if I'd gone well past. I went about a foot past and almost came back in the hole. I mean, better make this next one, because if not, we might be here all day. I mean, look at that. That's just a highly illegal pin placement. But we made par. This hole's usually tough, and with that pin, it's practically impossible. So I'm going to take that and go. All right, 5th hole, par 5, 585 yards, still into the wind. So we're looking down the fairway here. You got 2 bunkers down the left, bunker down the right, and then 3 cross bunkers that go right across the fairway. I'm not worried about the 2 on the left. It's 245 to carry the one down the right, and about 290 to reach the ones that cut across the fairway. Now, I've never hit driver on this hole in my life. It's always been, you know, 3-wood up past the bunker on the right, short of the cross bunkers. But with today's wind, I mean, one, I don't think I can get driver to those cross bunkers. The other thing is, if I hit 3-wood, and if I get just a little too much backspin on it, I don't know if I get past the bunker on the right. So I'm gonna have to hit driver. It's a fairly small target out there, so it's a demanding shot. It's fairly intimidating. But I've just got to kind of go back to the feeling I had on the last tee. If I can do the same thing again here, I'll be in good shape. Now it's 585 into the wind. I mean, we're not going for this in 2. So I just have to put something out there in play so that I've got an easy layup shot. You know, if I get this going left or right, see, we got the bunkers, and so much wind right now, and a lot of fescue. So, wow, this isn't getting any easier. All right, just gotta believe. Hey, that should be good. I mean, I pulled it a little bit, but like just to the left side of the fairway. I got over the fescue, that first bit of fescue that cuts out of the left there. I'm hoping it kicked back a little to the right. It's got a big mound down the left there. If it stayed there, I might have to try and like hook something around that if I want to advance it and have some kind of short shot in. So let's find out. Okay, so this is a great example of what makes this course so hard. I'm on the left side of the fairway. I'm literally 15 yards from the middle of the fairway, just short of these cross bunkers. The green is that way. Then I've got this massive mound in front of me. Now, I mean, if it wasn't into the wind, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. I could just kind of get something going up over that, but into the wind, elevating the ball is just not going to go anywhere. I'm still about 300 yards out. I've got 4-iron, so I've got to start it kind of right of this mound and basically try to rope hook it around so that it stays in the fairway. I mean, if I hit this straight, I don't think I'm reaching the trees out there, think being the key word, but it's definitely not going to be fairway. So, need to full commit here. Keep hooking. I don't know if I hooked it enough. I mean, we should have a shot in, for sure. I don't think that's going to be fairway. Okay, so, not fairway, but I'm okay. Right rough, stayed short of these bunkers, which was good. I've got 117 laying 2 yards downhill to 115. I'm pretty shielded from the wind right now because of the trees down the right side of the hole here. But it's got to still be up there, but it should be a little bit more kind of across now, or diagonally, I should say. So I've got gap wedge. Just gonna try and hit like a low 120, 124, I think is the number that I have to hit, get this close. Stay in the air. Yeah, that worked out really nicely. Not my best strike. It was kind of really sitting up, so I just caught it a little high on the face, which is why I was asking for it to stay in the air. Flew the bunker, landed a little short, but it did release up, so it looks like we've got another pretty decent look at birdie here. Got to cash one at some point. So that absolutely worked out. About 8-9 feet here for birdie, so let's give this a good chance this time. So putting down grain. Nice. Back into the wind. I really do think the wind is going to be affecting putts today. Now I came down that slope, right, because I landed a little short. So that tells me that it's definitely going to want to go a little to the left. It's a little downhill. Yeah, it definitely feels like it wants to move a little left. I don't feel like I've been hitting poor putts today. I just haven't been matching up the line and the pace while basically just struggling with the reads. Let's see if we can get the read right here. Okay, all right. Finally. And listen, this course is playing tough, but I've been hitting the ball pretty well. Like, we've given ourselves some looks. We've only missed the one green. We failed to get up and down mid the bogey after a short missed putt. But to be even par through, what hole is this, 5, 6? So concentrated on the golf, I don't even know what hole we're on. 5. Even par through 5 with most of those holes playing into the wind, I'm very happy with that. Like we're surviving so far. We're gonna have a couple holes going downwind now. Now, doesn't mean it's gonna be easy, but it should be a little easier. All right, so 6th hole, par 4, 430 yards up the hill. Should be downwind, but I can't really feel any wind where I am right now. Definitely not into the wind. Bunkers down the left, a lot of them. It's about just over 300 to carry the last one on the left. There's a big bunker on the right. Might not look that big on camera, but it's a massive bunker. You just can't see most of it. Now that's about 300 to reach, and the fairway feeds towards that. Yeah, I feel like the wind now it's down and off the left. I do have to not challenge the bunkers on the left in the sense that I'm trying to carry them, but I do have to aim towards them a little bit, because anything that starts to leak right is going to want to feed down to that bunker in the right, and that, like, they're all deep bunkers. It's basically you're chipping out if you end up in any of those bunkers. So yeah, let's just pick a line and put a good swing on it. But finally I can kind of tee one up a little higher and let it fly. That should be perfect. Big hop to the right. Okay, I think I got it far enough that it's kind of past that bunker down the right. It should be fine. The driver's been good so far today, other than on the first hole, but we got away with it. But I need that to continue, as soon as you get out of position on this course, it's basically a stroke penalty. Okay, so we did get past this bunker on the right. Now, it's not quite as big as I remember it being, but look at the depth of it. Again, if you're in there, you know, with 150 yards in, you're not getting over that lip, so you do just have to chip out and try and get up and down with a wedge afterwards. Okay, so right center of the fairway, we're in a pretty good spot. Good lie, ball slightly above my feet. 121 uphill to 126. Wind helping a bit, but definitely a little off the left. Now this is it's another big green with 3 tiers. Now today the pin is on the middle tier. Show the alternate angle, you can see how big of a false front there is there. Now, distance control is tough when it's cold like this, because there's a little bit of guesswork as to how far the ball is going to go. I've got gap wedge. I think I've got to hit this, even though it's downwind, or slightly downwind, I've got to hit this about 130, because I want to make sure that I get up over that false front. I think putting, if it goes long onto the top level, I'd have an easier time putting from there than putting up that, you know, what looks like a 4 or 5 foot slope. So gap wedge, try and hit it 130. Just trust it. On a good line if it's the right number. Oh, that looked really good. I mean, really good hit. Felt like a great swing. For some reason, I just lost my balance a little bit after impact, but I think we've got a good look at birdie here. All right, I cannot wait to see where that landed, because I feel like it had some spin on it. That might have had a chance to go in if it had landed past it. Let's see here. Where is ball mark? Not, oh, is that a ball mark? No. Where the hell did this land? Well, that's odd. I have no idea where that landed. Well, let me set this up. Now I'll take a bit of a better look for it. I really hope that sun comes back out, because it is mighty cold right now. I have no idea where that landed. I mean, I don't think it could have carried up here. Like, I don't really care. I mean, I've got it, like, listen, I hit a great shot. I've got to make a little birdie putt. Just don't like leaving unrepaired ball marks. Important thing is, we're on the right level. We've got an uphill birdie look. Okay, uphill, into grain. Again, should just go a little bit from right to left. Now, this would be huge to go back-to-back birdies here. Oof. I did not feel great over that putt. Went in, but I mean, I couldn't feel my hands. It just got seriously cold, and it's very overcast now that I look up. So I think I'm just gonna have to get used to having cold hands. But we're 1 under par somehow in these conditions. We've got 3 really nice holes coming up to finish out this front 9. Love to stay under par to finish part 1 of this clip. All right, so par 3, 7th hole. Just a great par 3. Not overly long. Today it's 180 yards, downhill to 171. Got the wind kind of coming out of, let's say, 7:30, 8 o'clock, so it's helping a little bit, but it's off the left. Pins front right, another massive green. There's a creek that runs all the way along the front and then up the left side of the green. I mean, the back left pin position here is treacherous, so I'm thankful we don't have that today. I've got 8 iron, normally a 180 club. So with the conditions, with it being cold, I think this is about the right club. I don't have to step on it, just kind of get it out in the air, let the wind carry it. But I'm pretty confident that I've picked the right club here. Oh, that's on a great line. Get a club. Oh yeah, absolutely the right club. Wow, that's, we got 6 to 8 feet for birdie, again. So just wanted to show you guys this quickly. Look at that green complex. Like just a big kind of valley in the middle of it. So again, look at that top left spot, or right, on screen right now. Imagine trying to hit at that with that little creek short. Just brutal. Okay, so another good look at birdie. Grain's kind of coming diagonally. It's going to help it turn. It's definitely going to want to go to my left. Should be slightly uphill. Definitely turning a little left, and the grain's going to help it turn a little bit. Got to hit a pure putt here. If I don't, the grain's just going to take it hard left. Man, it'd be wild to go 3 birdies in a row here. Oh, man. Just overread it. Felt like I hit a great putt. Oh, that's unfortunate. That would have absolutely been stealing a shot to make a 2 on this hole. But no choice but to take the tap in par. Let's see what we can do on the next couple. All right, 8th hole, par 4, 435 yards. Dog legs to the right, so the green's over there. Now there's no shortcut, there's no direct line. We've got to play it down in the fairway here. Wind off the left. There's a couple of bunkers down the right side. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see them on camera. Today it's like 280 to cover the second one downhill, so I think I should be able to do that, but I don't necessarily need to take it on that line. That would be very aggressive. I can take it well left of that, well left, 20, 25 yards left of that is perfectly fine. Safe kind of line, would leave me a wedge in. So anything kind of between that bunker and the left center of the fairway is going to leave me in a great spot. Yeah, it's exactly where I wanted it. Oh, stop. Yeah, okay. That's in a good spot. Left side of the fairway on the angle. I don't think I'm going to see the green. It's an interesting approach, but another good drive. We're putting ourselves in good positions. All right, so we're in a great spot here. Now, you can't see any of the green. Even the bunkers down the right there, they're not exactly green side. The green's a little further left than that. I've got 123 yards. We're straight downwind now. Now, you might be able to see a little aiming post on top of this hill here. I believe the pin is just left of that. I had to go about 30, 40 yards that away to be able to see it. So that's my best kind of guess. So I've got sand wedge. I just want to throw this up into the wind. I have a feeling the front of the screen kind of kicks towards the back based on just on memory. So I don't want to hit gap wedge because that might just take off. I think this is the right club here downwind. Well hit. And it was directly on the line I wanted, so it's all going to come down to, is it warm enough for this to carry as far as I need it to? And the answer to that question is not quite. So it's a good shot. I mean, it was dead on line, but just about, 4 or 5 paces short. So still happy with the club selection. It gives me an uphill putt. It would have been hard to stop the gap wedge, no doubt about that. So let's see if we can roll one in here. Okay, so there's the grain. Grain's kind of going that way. That's going to help it turn. Be a little uphill. I feel like everything just wants to go to that low spot down here. Yeah, definitely got some movement in it early. That's a pretty big slope that it's on. I see it continuing to move later, not as much, but the grain should kind of grab it. Now there's a dark green spot just from my angle, just left of the hole, short of it. I think I've got to go at that. If I get the pace right, should give it a chance to go in. It was not a very good putt. Just never had it on line. Pace was great. I think I was just misaligned. I mean, I didn't even come close to hitting my spot. But it's a good par. Keeps us 1 under par with 1 hole left on the front 9. All right, so 9th hole, 414-yard par 4. Dog legs to the right. I love this tee shot. Just such a beautiful vista. Got the entire hole laid out in front of you. Clubhouse up on the right there. Again, I wouldn't normally hit driver here. This would normally be 3-wood. There's a creek down there which you have to cover, which isn't an issue. I'd still cover it today. The reason I don't normally hit driver is because there's a bunker down here, which when it's warmer out, I can definitely reach. I'm not convinced I can today. So I'm gonna hit driver. I'm gonna stay just left of that. And you know, like I said, it shouldn't get there. It is like 325 to get there right now. So good drive, sets us up with a wedge up to that green. In theory, it all sounds very simple. Oh, that faded on me. Oh, that might be wind. Should be fine. I saw a bounce. It ended up kind of right on line with that bunker that I was trying to avoid. I don't know if I got it there. And I'm not upset with the swing. It only really started fading once it got above the tree line. So I guess, yeah, it would be a left or right wind. I just didn't think about that. All right, so to answer the question, I could reach the bunker. Stayed out. I almost wish I was in it. 71 yards uphill for 74. Super awkward spot. Just got to get creative, shut down the face a little bit. I basically have to face right. Make something happen. Yeah, it came out on a great line, landed a little short, but it should kick down to the green. That could work out very nicely. Okay, so it ended up finishing just off the front edge, but from where I was, I will absolutely take that. Very happy with that shot. Would have landed just on top of the hill here and kicked down. So you can see how close the trouble was on the right. That's what I was worried about, because with my stance, I had to kind of aim there. But we've got this this look here for birdie to close out the 9. Outside chance, but it is a chance. And so I'm electing to putt this. It's gonna be uphill. Definitely wants to turn to the right. It's big low spot down here. I want to leave it in, but it's leaning towards me, so it's coming out. A little back into the grain. Just gotta pick a line and feel the pace here. Turn. Man, that's a good effort. We'll take that. And that is a very solid 9 holes we just played there. 1 under par on that 9 in these conditions. Yeah, I'm thrilled with that. Did not expect to be under par here today. All right, guys, that wraps up part 1, the front 9 of this video here at Royal New Kent Golf Club in Providence Forge, Virginia. Quick breakdown. I mean, hitting the ball solid. I missed 1 fairway, which was 9. I missed 2 greens. We missed the first par 3 third hole where we ended up making bogey. And we missed the 9th hole where I had the awkward lie and just left it just off the front of the green. Other than that, the ball striking has been pretty good. The putting, I mean, I would have liked to have converted more. I don't feel like I'm putting poorly, but definitely would like to take advantage of some of the birdie looks I'm giving myself if the ball striking continues to be this good on the back 9. The back 9 is awesome. There's some very interesting holes, some pretty tough ones out there. So good front 9, good start. I'm not behind the 8 ball at this point, but I have got to keep this going if I want to finish under par for this round today. Anyways, guys, that's it for this one. Make sure you come back again next week for part 2 where I play the back 9. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave me a comment down below. And as always, be back again next week with another video. Cheers, guys.